Welcome, everyone, to our 2K Sports broadcast. Tonight's game also serving as part of the NBA Cup. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And in just a moment, we'll hear from our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They've hit a little bit of a skid here, playing right around the league average now.
Well, right now for Minnesota, they've had a rocky start to the season, moving down a little here in the middle of the rankings. Hopefully they can make some corrections here and get this thing moving.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. While the season just started, GA, we have a few big storylines already.
Yeah, it doesn't take long in this league. The intense media scrutiny, social media, news travels fast.
Crawford outside.
Who's watching here?
Pass to the natural. Shot clock at 5. With the clock winding down, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for him.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
Yeah, quick foul to pick up right away here in the first quarter.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Tyson. And the 3 off target. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks. I caught up with the home team's head coach. I asked him about what could tip the balance in their favor tonight, and he said, quote, when Kristaps Porzingis is operating at a high level, it opens up their entire offense. The key for us is to keep Porzingis from having a major impact. If we can do that, it'll be our game to win. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks. Here's Tyson. Over to the wing. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And there's the turnover. That's going out of bounds.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Crawford outside. Takes the 3. The three-pointer is right on target.
Hit works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Pass to Reynolds. And he makes good on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's the natural. Here's Big Cat. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Crawford. 3-pointer. And Reynolds pulls it down. Minnesota trails by 3. Here's Tyson. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. The tray. Rebound, Minnesota. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Stripped it away. He takes it in. Boom, he jams it straight down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Yeah, once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
And Doug Christie wants a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. a switch here. With this stoppage in play, we have a chance now to show you which teams led the league in three-point percentage last year.
Their long-range game was a huge strength. They spread the floor, found the open shots, and made the most of their chances.
Minnesota trails by 5. Pass to Reynolds. Crawford with the steal. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Here's Tyson. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Here's Johnson. And he banks in the layup.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
For Minnesota, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Pass to Tyson. A three-pointer off the mark. Gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Now, here's Johnson. Defense right on him. 5 to shoot. Out to the right wing. Big Cat gets the bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
There's a minute left in the first quarter. There's a good screen. Pass to Tyson. Guarded by Crawford. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Minnesota trails by 7. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Willis against Johnson. Outside Willis. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. They're up by 7. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
And for the Lions. Johnson left side. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Greg, the way the floor is spaced now, how much would you enjoy playing in this current environment?
I'm lacing up my kicks as you say that. It would have been a lot of fun. But not only do you have more room to operate, defenders practically, they can't touch you.
First one falls for him. So Johnson hits 2 of them.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Covered by Johnson. Here's Grove. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
And sometimes on defense, you could just get lucky.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Willis. Puts the fadeaway right on the money.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Torrey gets the bucket. Torrey's got his first points in this one.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And Doug Christie wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. The natural is jumped in for King. Minnesota making a switch here. Minnesota trails by 9. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Torrey with the rebound.
Just enough resistance to force the miss. Barely. That's one he'll generally make.
Johnson outside. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Lions have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. The 19-foot shot. Another miss by Minnesota. Being pretty well at 46% from the floor. Over to the left wing. Kept alive. Torrey gets the bucket. Torrey's got his second bucket of the game to go.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up on Friday and then on Saturday.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And timeout called by Jordan Ott. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy.
Check out the stats for Crawford. He's coming off an excellent season. Last year averaged 21 points per, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, but really his main asset is being a playmaker.
Great handle, great vision. That's how he drops so many dimes.
Second quarter play with almost 3 minutes gone. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebound, Minnesota.
A bad outing offensively. You break that game down, their issues were pretty clear.
Won't win games in this league with an offensive night like that. They've got some things to figure out.
Here's Grove. Drills the three-pointer.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
People have said, Greg, he is a system unto himself. In fact, he said it about himself. James Harden's ability, GA, to break down defenses remains in rarefied air.
And even as he's lost a step now, his supreme skill level ensures he remains a threat on a nightly basis.
And the shot is good.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Here's Reynolds, still without a basket. Here's Tyson. And the baseline jumper, no good.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
A minute 42 left to play in the first half. Here's Crawford. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Crawford's got 5.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Here's Tyson. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Minnesota shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
And he's good on the first of 3. Big Cat, he's checked in for Traore. The Lions making a switch here. Good on the second free throw. And he makes all 3. A minute 20 left now here in the second. All sorts of time. Minnesota with the rebound.
And they'll be doing their best to establish superiority over this club, something they failed to do a year ago.
Sinks that one from the post. 6 points for him. Gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. 35 seconds left in the first half. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they really started to get it closer to the basket.
There's 21 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. To the right side. 16 feet away. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. That'll do it for the first half. They lead by 7. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Welcome, everybody. The story tonight has been a solid showing through the first half.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. That sounds like their offense right now. Clock work.
Speaking of clocks, I think you've had some run-ins with Big Ben Wallace, haven't you?
You mean in London? Big Ben?
And now let's take a moment to see how the West stacks up here in this early part of the season.
You take a look at the home team, they've started this season on the right foot, something we kind of expected, given their offseason. We'll see if this is a pace they can maintain as the year rolls on.
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Minnesota trails by 7, and for the Lions. Pass to Reynolds. Out to the wing. And it's off from three-point range. And 48% from the field. Not bad at all. The natural. Lets it go. The wing jumper off target. Minnesota shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Pass to Reynolds. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
From outside the arc, they get it back. Crawford outside. The shot misses.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Minnesota shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Minnesota with the rebound.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Right wing. Here's Tyson. Fires from the wing. Jump shot is good that time. 12 points for him. Pass to the natural. Now here's Crawford. Goes up on the wing. And Reynolds pulls it down.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. They set the screen. They now take the lead. And the Lions lead by 1.
and his ability to efficiently score that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Here's the 2K leaderboard with last season's best free throw shooting teams.
You're not going to find many teams that were as polished from the free throw line as these two clubs a season ago.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. There's Crawford with the three. Rebound, Minnesota.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Inside. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And it's a three-point Minnesota lead.
As strong as they looked in that first half, their defense hasn't been the same here in the second. They just look slow, not very sharp.
He gets that one. Crawford's got 7 points in the game.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Lions.
To the wing right side. Here's the three. That one doesn't go. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the court.
Here's Reynolds, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Reynolds has got his first points of the game.
I just love when teams make it work down low.
Pass to the natural. There's Crawford with the three, and Reynolds pulls it down.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Crawford passes to Big Cat, lays it up off the glass. Big Cat's got his second bucket tonight.
It's harder to thread those passes inside, but the reward is evident.
1:09 left in the third quarter of the game. They get a hand on it. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Pass to Reynolds. Here's Tyson. It's good from long range. 6 points for him.
And after a first half in which their offense shot under 40%, they've got the lead, and they should count themselves to be lucky.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and it's good on the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
From the arc. He can't get that one. Nice D from Crawford. I think it's leaving something to be desired. Just 36% here in the third quarter. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. That's the end of the third, and it's all tied up. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And two teammates on the same page. Woo.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And the Lions looking at who they've got out there. And the Natural gets it to go. The Natural's got his first points of the night.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Here's Grove. Johnson with the rebound.
Give the defender credit. Willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
Floats one up, and the layup is good.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Pass to Tyson. And the layup's good off the glass.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
Here's Johnson. The good-looking shot from the wing. Johnson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, maybe save that fadeaway move for when he really needs it.
Pass to Tyson. Six on the shot clock. Lets it go with a three. And as it goes out of bounds, the Lions able to keep the ball here. And we got a timeout called by Doug Christie. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Big Cat is checked in for Traore. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Doug Christie said to his team. He really emphasized rim protection. He said to his guys, I want us to cut down on the easy looks inside. No more of that. It's a simple ask that could have a big impact.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Tyson, and he drops it in from the low post. Tyson's got 4 this quarter.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
To the middle, here's Big Cat. Minnesota with the rebound. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Six to shoot. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Johnson's shot is off. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. He's guarded by Johnson. to take the lead. 3. Good.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Both teams will make substitutions. Crawford looking over the floor. From deep. That one misses. Minnesota leading by 3. Here's Reynolds. From outside. And it's off. Gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. Launches it. The shot misses.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Does not go in.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
There's 1:38 left in the game. Just 5 on the clock. For 3. It's off.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Good on the basket.
Really hard to count how many of their possessions have ended just like that one, with one of his shots falling.
Efficiency is key, especially down the stretch.
1:12 left in the fourth quarter. They set the pick. And again unable to change the momentum here. Down he goes for 3.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
Good work there as it goes down.
How about the burst in that first step, just right to the rim.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Number 3, second personal foul, first team foul.
They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. There's 31 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And that one is good.
And whatever it was at halftime worked because their offense far more effective here in the second. They finally found some sets that are working for them.
And it misses. And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
So it's the Lions picking up the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
Well, James, you're facing a back-to-back. You're on the road. It's a tough schedule, but so far so good.
It's tough, man. We're a resilient team. We work extremely hard, you know what I'm saying? So put the pressure on us, but we're mentally tough. Big-time win on the road, and we got another one tomorrow.
Resiliency is key in the NBA. Thanks, James.
Great job. Thanks for that, Allie. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us on this presentation from 2K Sports. Now it's time to present our player of the game.